Now, having good character development and insight when it comes to Patrick and Ricky was a given, but for Louise and Lou as well, then you know you got yourself a good episode. And I strive for these kind of shows where the characters who are still main characters but are not the forefronters, like Kate and in fact, Kate and John weren't even the forefront of this episode. It was the two other characters, the ones who don't get much support, especially when it comes to Louise. Like, even Lou has more development than Louise does in this show. But thanks to this episode, we have a different insight onto her. And of course, it wasn't that deep as Patrick's and Ricky's, which I'll get to, but it was good nonetheless. Maybe because her mindset. She's a character that was meant to be taken too seriously like the others, but she has her charm to herself. She has that charm that just maybe seem overbearing, but it's not bad. It's okay to be overconfident about yourself, especially if you know what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people think you have to be too modest all the time, but no, if you're not a complete asshole about it, it should be okay. And that's exactly how I see Louise as a character. You know, she's just that type of girl who likes to have fun things. She's pretty much the icon of women in the 1950s. Pretty much all luxurious, cheerful, have a charm. She's the lady walking down the street, the fancy clothes, the bag, making the cute faces and stuff. She represents that kind of girl. All about beauty and taking care of herself, the looks, always upbeat, not interested into boring things, and full of confidence that will soon lead into the revolution of the first feminist movement. So that's what Louise reminds me of, anyways. So her job is to gather information about the powers of each Shadow Master within the children's wing. She does this well. She does it very easily thanks to her charm, as I said, having such a cute face, which is Lou. And Lou may act like an empty shell, but she only acts this way because she's very um, generous towards her master. So that's why Lou acts that way. She shows less emotion, but thanks to season one, even in some of season two, she has that development where she has her own feelings and stuff, but she just seals them away because she believes in the law of the Shadow House, where her feelings are not before her master's. So that's why she takes up that part where she can act the same as Louise all the time. So in a way, you can say Louise is the perfect candidate to be a star bearer when you really think about it, and also to become an adult. She's even asking around for what happens if you receive an invitation to be an adult to go to the adult ring. And they know what happens, but they don't know how you get it. They know when you get it. You just get it one day, and then you have to go through an exam to turn on that said adult. So that's all she was able to get out of it. But she had some development when she went to Benjamin's area, where the dude was working out, and, just getting all pumped. Just constantly just getting that iron, man. I used to work out like that before I got the job I have now. I kid you not. I used to go to the gym like sometimes 3 or 4 days a week and stuff when I had my other jobs and stuff. And it was just nice, man. I would just get up, grabbing my water bottle, my towel, and have my earbuds and just go out working out, whether it was leg day, arm day. I always start with cardio first, but, but then responsibilities came on to me, and then I had to get a more stabilized job. So I miss going to the gym, man. I really do. If I did a home gym, I would feel like going to it because I'm too tired. Oh man, the troubles of being an adult. Well, anyways, I'm getting off topic. Benjamin says something, and even um, um, Mary Rose said something about taking care of your face, not just looking beautiful or just having ambition and training, but also good to be self-aware and to have respect for that said person, which is Lou. Lou, I guess, thought that she was not allowed to have her own mind, her own opinion, despite how tired and pale she looks throughout the episode. But then when she told Louise how tired she was, Louise was actually, I guess, expression Lou was not expecting. I think she thought she would be scolded for being selfish, but that's not true. Thing being selfish, she needed rest. So she said, "Let's go and rest. Let's call it a day and rest and stuff." And that was it. Sometimes you'll be surprised how some people will treat you. Louise is not a bad person. She has a lot of expectations and asks a lot of old people. But if someone is tired, she's going to be generous to that person. She's not going to be a total mean person, which is good to show. A nice little insight. Now let's talk about the one I really did. I did enjoy Lou and Louise's segment more, but what really got to me the most was Ricky's and Patrick's, whereas the complete opposite of what Lou and Louise is, where it's pretty much Patrick relies on Ricky way too much. Instead of them being as one face, where Ricky has this confidence that Patrick is meant to be number one. He is meant to be ahead of the herd, but Patrick doesn't feel that way. Ricky like, oh, Master Patrick is the best one, but Patrick doesn't see it that way. It's like Patrick doesn't know his set powers. He didn't place first in the debut, nor how him and his face are very similar at all. They're not one like Louise is, where she can do so much. She has the power. She's first in the debut, and she acts similar to her doll. They're all in sync, in motion. She is the ideal Shadow Master in a way, where Patrick is not. But yet to have this person who's beside you see you in such a high regard is very nice, but yet can be overbearing. You do feel pressured, like, okay, I need to step up my game. I need to do something to prove to this person who has so much faith in me that I am more than what I think I am. I need to reach that standard. But it's not easy. So they're going around and trying to get some information and talk, and even talking to Sarah herself and talking about the marriage, pretty much showing how everything's for adults. As children, they don't know anything, they're ignorant and stuff. They just do what they're told. And they strive to become adults so they can get out of that ignorance one day and grow up. They drink the coffee. They decide to become a drone, another tool in the clock machine, in a way. So that's why it's like that for Patrick and Ricky when they grow up. However, we get to see a girl in the flower area who tends to the flowers, and she was on the team of the twins. And even though the twins are going through such terrible times, the girl is happy. Remember, I was told this, within someone's torment, there is someone always happy about it. Whether that reason is good or bad, someone is always happy that someone is tormented for some reason. Despite how you cannot possibly imagine why someone would be that. Like, people could be sad for someone's torment, in a way. There's also someone who's happy about it. Whether that person be a nice person, and you might see them as a nice person, but the person who knows them well or other things thinks, oh, I'm happy that person's being tormented. Whether it's something spiteful or it's something personal, either way, is a difference between that. And that little girl is the perfect example of it. These twins are terrible, though. They were really terrible. The show went out of their way to show that to us, that these twins were terrible. And now, through their cockiness and shrewdness and meanness, they're getting more than what they deserve. And things don't seem to be going very well for them. And as for Patrick, he has feelings for Miliko. He's thinking about love and even wondering whether or not living dolls have feelings like that. And of course, Ricky said no, because Ricky is just that kind of guy. But let's face it, Ricky's going to have something for Lou, despite what he may not think. He's in denial. Well, anyway, this was a very good episode. I think things will go back to the main cast the next episode. But I did enjoy this. It was a nice little breather we all took. And we got to see the results from the last ending of the last episode after the pure meeting you gotta see the results of that, which is a good episode connection in my opinion. So that's where I'll leave it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, of course, hit that bell icon. This has the Madcrownxox on Madman. Signing out.